Our top 10. Let's take a look at the highlights from round one. And well, it wasn't the upset that Jake Lynch won because it was expected. It was more the fact that Blake Drysdale didn't get the job done for the first time in over 12 months. So Jake Lynch, his clubmate from the Newport club, he is the new Beach Flags champion. But let's see how long he can hold on to the title for. The boys are getting set to go head to head here at Coolum Beach. Lynch from Scarf, Zustovic from Mollymook, Drysdale, Hannah, Williams, Scrivener and Irvine. They were your top 8 from round one. A lot of different names here at Coolum for round two. And Jack, it's all about getting speed off the beach, isn't it?
It most certainly is. We saw that replay then, and Jake Lynch, he was a step in front after the turn, and it's about your speed and setting that run up. If you can get yourself around, you really set up the run to make sure you're in a good position for a flag.
Lynch is here and looking for back-to-back wins. Murdoch Finch, Robbie Fisher, a young gun. I saw him a couple of years ago at the Australian Championships, put in a great performance for the Currawah Club. Also a noted board paddler. And we've got the Frenchman from Biarritz. He's been training with the Currawah Club, so don't be fooled by the cap. He'll be joining Currawah later, training under Simon Harris. So watch for the man from Biarritz, gets in there, and he will be quick across the sand, but can he compete with the big fella, Jake Lynch, closest to screen? Damien Tutt, the biggest man in surf life saving by, well, at least a pec and maybe a bicep as well. He is huge. You don't want to get into a body battle with him.
Well, he is one of the gladiators, and we spoke about it in the women's, but these guys are built like no one else. They are strong, they are fast, and they go to battle round after round to be crowned the Beach Flags champion.
It's down, off and away. Very quick on this bottom side. A little stumble from both Lynch and gets in there. Oh, no dramas at all. They pick up the flag, and Tom Baker from Alexandra Headland goes home, and the opening run hasn't been pretty for Alex, both in the men's and the women's. One of their competitors goes home.
Well, Tom Baker, just a young gun, and gets shouldered out there by Damien Tutt. So the under-17 competitor, Tom Baker, obviously has nowhere near the size of these big rivals like Damien Tutt, and he's sent home.
He's either got no fear or no sense, because you don't get into a push and shove with Damien Tutt. He is absolutely massive. And an international flavour here in the Beach Flags competition. Ripon from New Zealand, the Piha club, famous for its giant surf, and now will it be famous for its Beach Flags competitors? So we've got one from France, Nicholas from Biarritz, and then Ripon from Piha in New Zealand. This is the Frenchman there. Let's see what he has got. The green and red Christmas cap of the Biarritz club. Lynch once again gets the bottom lane here, side by side with Murdoch Finch. Look at the arms on the Kiwi. Up and away. Oh, quick off the sand. Push and shove, push and shove, push and shove. And it's Robbie Fisher, the smallest man in the field. He's only just got into open competition there. Still one of the young guns, a great board paddler. Well, he went out early in the board race, but he didn't have the speed and he didn't have the size to take on these big boys.
Well, absolutely not, and he's mixing it with the best of the best, so very difficult for these young competitors to have the challenge. And it looked like Robbie Fisher, he stumbled a little bit. He throws the arms up in the air. He's not that happy, flapping the arms like the seagull. Unfortunately, no scraps left for him to go through to the next round.
And no problems at all for some of our big names. Jake Lynch looking solid for back-to-back wins. We've had Lizzie Wellborn do it. We've had Ollie Signorini do it. Can Jake Lynch do it as well? And what about the arms on the big fella here? They are massive. I thought Damien Tutt was the biggest man in surf life saving. Alex Ripon, he might be even bigger. He has got biceps on him that are incredible. You don't want to get into a arm wrestle with the big fella. That would be something I'd like to see. Maybe we can settle this with an arm wrestle at the end if Tutt and Ripon get to the end.
Well, Josh, we know they produce big waves over at Piha. They also produce big men and big biceps, and that's what we get to see right here. Have a look at the arms on Ripon.
Off and away, very quick. Oh, he's gone the stumble. We've given him a huge wrap, and he spent his whole way stumbling and bumbling. Maybe his top half was too heavy, because once that momentum got going, he just kept rolling, and he's very disappointed with his performance. On the left-hand side, look, we can see the stumble there, and he never recovered.
Well, he's solid through the arms. He's also solid through the legs and the glutes. plenty of power, but it just wasn't enough. And the stumble there was a little bit hard for Rippon to get himself back up and into position to take a flag.
And no problems there for the rest of the field. Once the big fella was out the back, they all found the flag, and a little stumble on this side as well from Tut. So the big boys, they had a little bit of trouble there after we gave them a huge wrap. And Jake Lynch just flies under the radar, doesn't he? No dramas, no hassles, no big challenges. He gets himself through to the business end of the competition, flanked by Murdoch Finch and Gaetan Nicholas from Biarritz here. He's going to have to really push it. Brendan McMahon, we haven't spoken about him much either, sporting a very stylish beard. There, we don't see many beards in beach flags. They tend to get a bit sandy when they get a face full of the gold stuff, but he's sporting a very, very good red one, the fiery fella there. Let's see how long he can hang around in this competition. Heads down. Off and away. McMahon was good there. Oh, they come together. They've cut Tut off. He's going to go head-to-head with the Frenchman, and he gets beaten out. Oh, he grabs a flag, but that is not one that was set up. He's grabbed one from the sideline there. I think he thought he was still in the competition, but Tut goes home, and just like that, the competition gets a little bit smaller, both literally and figuratively.
Well, it just goes to show that it's not over till it's over, and if you see a flag, grab it, because there's every chance one could get pushed forward. It's still Jake Lynch, though, out in front. He's half a stride length ahead of absolutely everyone else in the field, and he's going to be extremely hard to beat.
And we see Tut, he just gives the elbow to the Frenchman there, Nicholas. The flag flies out on the left-hand side. What about this? The big elbow, the flag flies out. Lynch looks around and watches the show as those two scramble for it. Murdoch Finch from Currumbin. They say curls get the girls, but will curls get the flags? He's looking fit, looking fast, and looking focused. Here we're down to just the final 4 of the competition. Get through this one and you'll get yourself a medal. Lynch, Nicholas, Finch and McMahon. Some final instructions from the judges. They're almost ready to go. Nicholas closest to us, Finch with the green and white cap, McMahon with colour, Lynch at the top. Off and away, very even start there, McMahon. Maybe he's done for a bit for pace. Yes, he is. He tries to come back. Oh, and Lynch went over the top just like that. McMahon was too busy cursing and he missed the flag. And Jack, you've got to be aware of what's going on around you, because Jake Lynch, he missed it by a country mile.
Well, Jake Lynch, we'll have to have a look at the replay, flew over the top of that flag, and it's McMahon who's going home. The Ed Sheeran lookalike is packing his bags and he's on his way, returning to his castle on the hill.
Oh, some Ed Sheeran classics there from Jack Hansen. I know you love to sing it, but let's get back to the action. Lynch, oh, he missed it with a big left hand grab, and I still can't get over the fact you sung an Ed Sheeran song for Brendan McMahon. He is out of the competition. We're down to 3. Murdoch Finch, Gaetan Nicholas from Biarritz, and of course, Jake Lynch, our round 1 winners. Do you have anything to say for yourself, Jack?
Yeah, look, I'd just like to apologise to our viewers across the 150 countries throughout the world.
It's not the viewers, it's the listeners after that performance there, mate. Whew. I think you need some lessons, but these 3 boys don't need lessons in beach flags. Murdoch Finch, Gaetan Nicholas, and Jake Lynch. We're down to our top 3, and let's see if we can get some more Ed Sheeran references in there. But have a look at the legs on Murdoch Finch. He looks like a racehorse there. You can see the veins in his legs. Unbelievable stuff. He's very quick. Off and away, quick on the outside. I think the Frenchman's going to have some trouble here. Oh, they come together, and just like that, Lynch, he goes home. Murdoch Finch is very happy with that performance. He knew he wanted to take on the Frenchman in the final. He wanted to send our round 1 winner home. Lynch will be happy with the first and the third, but tactics come into play.
Well, they most certainly do, and I wanted to see the battle. Finch versus Lynch, and that's what we got to see here, and it was Finch who got the upper hand. He uses the body, reaches across the front, and it's the big left-hand grasp that takes the flag and sends Lynch home.
Well, Finch and Lynch came to a clinch, and in the pinch, it was Finch that ends up on top. He will go head-to-head with the Frenchman, Gaetan Nicholas. Well, a little hip shake there. He's feeling the groove at the moment, but we spoke about how good Murdoch Finch was looking. And that was an impressive performance there, but can it all come unstuck? You can see sometimes the guys, they run their finals before the last round. 2 men, 1 flag, and the Ocean6 title up for grabs. We've never had a Frenchman claim one before today. We'd never had a Taswegian racing for a Tasmanian club claim an individual title. Will records be set? Finch at the top, Nicholas from Biarritz.
Heads down.
Off and away, very even early on. Oh, the Frenchman goes the bump. He tries again. He doesn't have Finch for speed, and Murdoch Finch takes one for the Currumbin Vikings club ahead of the man from France. He said, I'm going to have a real crack here. He put the shoulder in and it wasn't enough. Murdoch Finch gets the win. What a performance from the Currumbin Viking.
Well, the solid body from Murdoch Finch was enough, and it was the ricochet from Gaetan Nicholas from Biarritz. He bounced off Murdoch Finch, and that was enough to put Finch straight onto that flag and take the victory.
No problems at all, but have we uncovered a star here from France? He has mixed it with the best in the business and, well, gone a lot further than we have seen many men do before. The Frenchman in second, but Murdoch Finch reigns supreme. Jake Lynch, he'll have to settle for bronze, but we know he won't be happy with that one. Ed Sheeran, Brandon McMahon in 4th place. Tut, Ripon, the big boys in 5 and 6. Fisher and Baker round us out.
Murdoch Finch, what an outstanding win today.
Yeah, thanks. I'm really happy with the result today. To turn around from last round at Queenscliff, to run today against some of the top guys in our sport, really happy with that. And to have that international flavour, some of my Alex Ripon from New Zealand, a good mate of mine, and the French Hitty here as well. To race those guys is always amazing. So yeah, no, I'm really happy with how I went today.
So what's the secret to your success? Obviously you bundled out first going the final down in Queenscliff, but now come back for a win. What's been the big difference in the last 3 weeks?
I think the first head-out's always hard. Those decision-making, when to push on someone and put the pressure on them, and when to sort of ease off and just go for the easy flag. And I think I made a bad mistake last time and tried to learn from that mistake. And I think my decision-making this time around was a lot better.
And are we going to see you for the rest of the series in the Ocean6, Northgong and the other events?
Yeah, I want to get to as many as I can and support the series and race the top guys in our sport as much as I can. They're the ones that push us to be as best as we can, and come Aussies, you want to have some race experience against those guys so you can have that upper hand. So, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And Jake Lynch, well, he turned up to 2 rounds, and that's enough to give him the overall lead on the point score ahead of Finch, Dean Scarf, and our French friend inside the top 4. Zustovic will be back, that's for sure, when we head south in the upcoming weeks, as will Damien Tutt and Jackie Boy Williams from Molly